This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment and educational purposes only. And anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. And double check you're still subscribed to the channel. Double check your notifications are on. And if you hit that like button, make sure it's working properly, because you know these criminals are doing everything in their power to make sure more people don't become aware of all the fraud and corruption in the United States stock market. Listen, these brick and mortar banks, these legacy banks that for years have been fighting against crypto, fighting against stablecoins, fighting against anything that takes their power away or reduces their power, are now trying to get together to create their own stablecoin. Let me tell you something. I believe, and this is just my opinion, maybe some institutions might use it, but a majority of retail investors who've been watching the market over the last 5 years, who have been watching what these banks have done to us over the past 5 years, working with the prime brokers, working with the market makers, working with the naked shorters, are we really going to trust their stablecoin when we have RLUSD that we can use? I mean, if I'm going to use a stablecoin, and I'm not telling you not to use a stablecoin or to use a stablecoin, but eventually stablecoins are going to become everyday usage. Everybody's going to be utilizing them. I mean, you're not going to be able to make a move financially without stablecoins probably 5 to 10 years in the future. But if I have a choice, RLUSD or stablecoin by the banks that have been robbing and stealing from us for the last, probably for the last 50 years, but we've been paying attention for the last 5 years, why would I trust their stablecoin? Wells Fargo engaged in identity theft, felony identity theft, where they took their clients' personal information and opened accounts with them. And how many people was held accountable for this? Absolutely no one. But if a retail investor or anybody else on the planet had engaged in the same identity theft that Wells Fargo engaged in, they would be indicted. They would be in handcuffs. But somehow, Wells Fargo can identity theft hundreds of thousands of their clients, and nobody is criminally liable. Make that make sense. And we know what Chase has been doing. We know what Bank of America has been doing with Citadel. They have not been protecting retail investors. They know exactly what's going on with the swaps, with the naked shorting, and they do absolutely nothing but encourage the behavior by continuing to finance these naked shorts. So if these banks conspire against us to rob and steal our retirement funds, the money we work hard for, why would we invest or trust their stablecoin when we have RLUSD from Ripple and XRP that we can use that is totally separate from these criminals? And once again, I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell any stablecoin. I'm just telling you that me personally, I don't care whatever stablecoin these banks get together, Wells Fargo, Citibank, Bank of America, Chase, whatever they put together, I personally will not be using it. And I believe a lot of retail investors who've been paying attention to what these criminals have been doing to us over the last 5 years, they don't want anything to do with them. They only deal with the banks because they don't have any other options right now. When more options become available, like I personally believe that Ripple is going to become a bank. I've done a video on that before. I believe they're going to become a bank. I believe with Hidden Road, they're going to start doing what Robinhood and Webull does. And I believe they're going to change the game. I believe they're going to take a lot of these legacy banks. They're going to lose a lot of money. They're already losing clients to SoFi. They're already losing clients to SoFi. I mean, I have a SoFi account. And once Ripple, and I don't know for sure, but based on what I'm analyzing, based on what I'm seeing, Ripple is going to end up becoming a bank. And a lot of people will take their money out of these legacy banks and trust it with Ripple XRP. And if Hidden Road becomes a platform where retail investors can trade securely on blockchain, where they can't naked short and do all the other shenanigans that they engage in, a lot of people are going to close their Robinhood, close their Webull, close their Fidelity, and close their other accounts, and they're going to run to Ripple. They're going to run to Ripple. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think stablecoins issued by these banks that have been robbing and stealing from us over the last 5 years, do you think those stablecoins could be trusted? And would you prefer to use RLUSD if you had a choice? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.